All right, on your count. The night. The night had only just begun. The Crimson Fist Brigade stood strong against the encroaching threat of Death Guard that my friend was sending my way. Just another fun and friendly game. Then she walked in, a rabbit made up of a unique collage of colors. One of her eyes bore a question mark symbol, and she looked around the room of tables about her height. She couldn't see me past the tabletop terrain, which was probably good, but she did notice me after a few minutes of getting lost among the empty tables. Social distancing, you know? Eventually, she found me and came over. A gentle voice of a woman so small it's shifty. Arc? She asked. I guess she wanted to be sure. What's the matter now, Shifty? I asked as I took a drink from my IPA bottle.
We got a stream, dork! Get into your station already!
Yeah, okay, fine.
Hey, get the bot out of here for
All right.
What an opening.
With that, welcome to the Insanimators,
Yes, welcome
Where
to
we
the
think we're
Insanimators,
clever.
everybody.
and we try to script fun intros for you guys.
And instead, you accidentally get Shifty pressing a button on her soundboard right before we start. Which that was a complete accident.
That's great.
As usual, my name is Volition.
Yes.
Also, my name is Aiden, also known as Volition, or Identity Crisis version 5. And to my wherever the heck she is, upwards of me, I think, is Dana, otherwise known as Shifty. Everyone say hi.
Yes, hello everybody. I am Twin Shift, otherwise known as Dana. And then above me, we have
Static.
Luigi. That's your Luigi,
Luigi
that's your
Sake. Hey
cue.
guys. Hey guys. It's me, Luigi Sake. Yay.
Okay then.
And down all the way at the bottom of the chat, we've got our friend Jake from, of course, your favorite insurance provider, State Farm. Thank you, Jake. We all understood you perfectly and agree with everything you just said. But
Yeah.
right below
That's
me,
just the
we
sound
have the artist for this week's awesome, mold-breaking, amazing thumbnail. Mason, say hello.
And I will admit, Eris in this thumbnail does look a little too fabulous. But then we say, no such thing.
No such thing. And
No
Oh,
such
such-
thing as too fabulous.
and
Nope.
our protagonist, per se, right
Still on Saturday.
down there, second from the bottom, because we all love a good underdog story. We've got our good friend ArcKing. Say hello.
How you doing, everybody?
Nice. Let's cut to the chase. This week on Insanimators, we are going to be doing sketch requests from yours truly, alongside talking about, a lot of scattered topics like usual. It's the same. It's different day, same shit. You know it. You know the drill
Well,
by now.
I do think I have a couple of things to bring a little more focus into this week.
Of course, because this
Cool.
is about a little bit through the stream. We're going to shift our focus completely to your stuff, your projects, your requests, everything like that. And that will be super fun. But throughout the whole thing, whether it's on Discord or in the chat, I will be monitoring chat as best I can, and Dana will be handling things on the Discord side of life. We will be taking sketch requests, and I will be drawing them. Now that as a good warm-up to get back to my thing, as if you guys have been following me up on my Twitter, I've been in Big Bear the past 4 days, but I got back yesterday, and now I'm finally able to sit down in front of my computer and draw on this wonderful canvas in front of me. So, yeah.
And while that's going on, me and Jake are just pretty much going to fuck around. I mean,
Yep,
really? Do you
essentially.
expect
I like
anything
how
else?
we leave Luigi out of it too.
Expect a lot of shit to come out of me and Mason and, I guess, Luigi.
I guess Luigi.
Okay.
You guys should have went to the bathroom
Wow.
before the stream, damn it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's so hard when I'm actively eating pizza.
It's like going to the movies. Make sure you drain yourself before you start before the movie starts. Otherwise,
That's one of
you're
the
gonna miss
rule I
the
have
Damn.
whenever. that's literally the rule I have with going to a movie in general. I literally let people know before they go in.
Yes.
I've done it before, and yet I've still had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the movie.
As next subject. Alrighty, so I can see
Speaking
that
of going to the
we already
bathroom in
have
the
sketch-
movies. No, I'm kidding.
So I see that we already have the sketch request stream up, or screen, sorry.
Yes.
Aiden, do you want me to read off a few for you so you can decide what you're gonna draw first?
Yeah, I should start a new layer that says listos because I need to have that going. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of
Yes,
this today.
so-
If you are photosensitive or anything like that, I don't know what to tell you.
So
I'll try my best.
Yeah.
half of these, I don't even know what they are.
That's great. Love that. Always a good sign.
Nice.
Great.
Oh, here's one that I think could be kind of funny. Is just Mason screaming hamburger.
Okay.
That's
Why would
literally
I be
Alright,
screaming
we
the entire
hamburger?
request.
Are you
Mason
shitting me right
screaming
now?
hamburgers.
Why would I be
That's
screaming
one way.
hamburger? I mean, that's not really one of my favorite food. I mean, it's one of my favorite foods,
Big
but it's not my
ham.
favorite food of all time.
It's yeah.
That's just
It's gonna be
brother
big
request
ham.
again.
Why not spaghetti? You know, I could be screaming spaghetti.
Yes,
That's not what they
yes, make him
requested.
scream spaghetti instead.
But that's,
I mean-
that's
I
not
mean-
what they requested.
I could do the request for him.
I mean, he can scream something else. So.
It's
but
close
hey.
enough. Alright, so
Wow, this is what Aiden's gonna be doing. Wow.
I don't know why when I look at Mason screaming, just thinking of that thing.
What are
That's
some
it,
other ones
image
that we've
done.
got going on?
And that's it.
All right,
image
so other options are. Let me get back to the channel.
Yes.
Luigi, Arc, Germ, and Mason as a barbershop quartet.
Who are the people in that? Luigi.
Luigi, Arc, Germ, and Mason.
I find that oddly hilarious to think about.
Same.
The question is,
Especially
who-
because I'm just imagining Reefer in Mason's place, because you know that's what he's been using for his character. I just imagining,
oh, come on.
just imagining Reefer
Gosh.
fully playing into it, just like hello, hello.
Sick.
Hello.
All right.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, we've got. I mean, I want to get as many in here as I can so that I know exactly what's going on.
So you're labeling the layers now. Gotcha.
Question is,
Jim plus Mason.
who would be space?
Another one is whatever meme you want, but with Mason's character, also
Oh my
maybe Germ as well.
God, I thought this was supposed to be about art.
We have some
Damn.
vague requests in here.
Oh, trust me, I don't need to be distracted for the shit that I need to talk about here.
Oh, everyone,
Oh,
welcome Chroma9 to the
knowing
chat.
him.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Glad you're stopping to take a peek. It was super fun to work with you for Arachnio Week. And yes, we will be doing more work in the future. Don't worry about it. It'll be great.
Yo, I listened to that shit, Dayton. That was actually kind of funny and pretty damn cute to listen to.
I still have to listen to it. I want to.
And I
Listen-
noticed, I'm pretty sure I noticed that Naya actually saw that.
Yeah,
What?
Naya saw it. Naya retweeted it. Naya loved it.
Nice.
Oh.
So glad to hear that.
I might have to dip into sketch requests from last week's stream that didn't get a hit because some
Sure.
of these. Up. Okay. Aiden, you have to do this one first. Eris and Shifty in Minecraft fighting.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
You have to do that one first.
So remind me real quick, what were the pronouns that Naya wanted or that Naya preferred? I can
She
never
likes
remember this shit.
masculine, kind of. He or she. I don't remember what the pronouns are though. I think it's they. Chroma can correct. Chroma can correct me on that. I don't remember
because
exactly, but I know that they prefer, like, being called dude. You
Right.
know, stuff like that.
Because it's like, for me, pronouns is like names. I'm fucking terrible with remembering this shit.
Yeah.
They them. Yeah, Chroma just popped in. They them.
Thank you, Chroma. I appreciate that.
Yes. All right.
But yeah,
Ooh,
Naya,
ooh.
Naya seriously deserves that. That kind of thing. They do
Here's-
so much good work.
It was
Here's
super
one
fun
from-
to speak in Italian too. I love that. It's like it's so
That
right
was-
up my right up my alley.
That was great.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Oh no, Mason just said his internet died.
Oh no.
Aw, Mason.
All right. So technical difficulties on Mason's end.
Hold
in the
on.
meantime,
but we
here's-
still
let me-
hashtag
let me-
blame Aiden.
Let me
Yes,
honor
blame Mason.
let me honor
Uh,
him and his death in his way. Mason!
Spoiler alert
Okay,
for this
so-
stream that started 15 minutes ago.
Oh,
Mason fucking
for-
dies.
For those of you who don't
Insanimators
know.
8. Mason fucking dies.
Fucking
Okay,
dies.
so do we want to explain that inside joke a
No,
bit? Okay, we'll just leave them to wonder what it is.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
sort of. That,
All
that
right, so in the
inside,
meantime-
Why
that
did he
inside, I can actually
Mason
answer that one
go?
real quick. That inside joke was actually born from another YouTuber that Mason and I both watch, and we just kind of decided to run with it as our own little inside joke.
Gotcha.
So we're going to be doing
But
some
yeah, so-
digging Minecraft style.
Yep.
Nice.
And do we have
Did
enough
you
sketch
mind-
requests written down, or do you want a couple more? Because there's one more that I really want you to do at some point.
Okay, what is it?
It's one from last week that didn't get done. Us as marketable plushies.
That'll be interesting.
Alrighty,
Careful.
and
No,
is
don't
that
turn me
enough
into
for
a
now?
marketable plushies.
Yeah. And I assume that is enough for now, so I'm gonna hop into stream questions in our public Discord server. Almost said private.
Yes, please do, Dan.
And
Oh, I drew that on the wrong
I'll
layer.
get
That's fine.
reading from there. Okay, so starting. Here it is. All right. So first things first. From Morgan Freeman. Not gonna say the rest of his name. What? What is a dessert? I can English.
Try again.
What's a dessert that uses generally savory food items that you enjoy? So like a dessert that uses say I can't think of one.
A pizza cake.
Savory
Yeah.
items.
Don't know until you
Aiden,
try it, baby.
you know more about food than I do. What savory? Generally?
Savory? Okay, so savory ketchup is a savory thing. Barbecue
Is it?
sauce is a savory thing. Savory
on a
is stuff
dessert.
that has a lot of flavor. Typically, also has like salty, and salty and a lot of rich flavors.
Would lemon
Okay.
count
But
as
not
a generally savory food item?
No. But you do
Okay,
see a
that's
lot
a
of
sour.
lemon. So but you do see a lot of lemon being used as a flavorer in savory foods. For example,
Lemon's
salt
like
and
a kind
pepper
of
chicken
in-between
would be
thing.
considered savory. Fried chicken is savory. A hamburger would be considered savory. You know what I mean? That kind of rich, like Taco Bell is very savory Mexican food. Well, or
Oh yeah,
that's
Oh, yeah.
that's savory.
Americanized Mexican food.
Yeah, anything really American, like cheap American, like mac and cheese. Which that's not really American food, but you know what I mean. Any of that
What would
kind
be
of.
a dessert that
was it-
uses savory items?
Well,
Savory
the
donuts?
question was- the question was
Donuts.
specifically dessert items, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
items that use savory foods.
I think
So-
something like maybe like salted caramel or something.
Ooh, that's a good one.
If that's the case. Oh wow,
Because
that's
it's,
a
like,
tough one then.
salty, so-
Shit.
I think that's what they're going for. It's like something that's savory but sweet.
Donuts, Voodoo Donuts in Portland, Oregon. If anyone's ever been there,
Ooh,
they have the most amazing savory donuts out there. There's one called the Maple Breakfast Delight, which is a buttermilk maple old fashioned, but it has bacon on the inside of it and bacon bits on the top of it. And
Yes.
if you're really adventurous like I was when I was 10 years old and I was getting donuts, you can also put jalapeno cheese on the inside of the donut
no.
where the donut
What?
would be. Yeah,
That's
it
amazing.
was the best donut I've ever had. It sounds cursed, but it's so good.
Dude, anything
As,
with
as
bacon
someone,
sounds fucking
someone who
delicious.
doesn't like peppers, no
Ooh,
thank
ooh,
you.
ooh. That,
You
that,
can
I
just
do
put the
have-
cheese on it too.
Wait, I think I got an answer to this question. Chocolate dipped bacon.
Yes. Oh, yum.
That shit is delicious. I had that at a Renaissance festival. That shit was good, brother.
That's so
Well,
good.
Well, I guess we
Chocolate
can do a few.
Bake.
I'm gonna do a few of these questions before we get on to the first thing I want to talk about. But to answer the question, now that he brings it up, yeah, basically any like maple flavored donut, dude, I fucking love those. I
maple
usually
isn't
go for
savory.
maple bars if I can.
Yeah,
Maple
well,
by
the-
itself isn't savory
the
though.
thing
It would
that-
have to be
yeah. No,
maple
but-
bacon.
But maple
yeah.
donuts.
the thing that makes it savory is the bacon.
Yeah.
Man. The Bacon Man.
Would it
Coming to
Sunday
a theater
be
near
the
you.
favorite one?
All right,
Otherwise,
so
I don't think a root beer float would count, would it?
What
No.
about Sunday?
Look at this
Nah.
aggression on Shifty's face. Holy shit.
wait, hold up. I'm not watching the stream.
Holy shit!
Way to go, Dana.
Damn, I would not expect aggression of such
Wait,
magnitude.
which? Oh,
That's
Oh
right.
my God,
There's
I-
not even eyebrows in there either.
This is gonna become my profile picture after it's done.
Of course, anything that involves your character.
Anything that involves Shifty looking hilarious in any form. is gonna be
obviously.
my profile.
Let's see, Sailor Shifty, Minecraft Shifty.
Dude, Sailor Shifty is goddamn adorable.
Thanks,
By the
man.
way-
I begrudgingly have to
Yeah.
admit, Sneeb did an excellent job on Sailor Shifty.
Thank you so much for that, Smeeb.
So, Luigi, what's your answer?
What was that question? Because I didn't heard that one.
A dessert that uses savory flavors for something sweet, like salted caramel.
I don't
Salted
know.
caramel
I don't
would
know.
count, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, salted caramel then.
There's this one salted caramel hot chocolate that it's so good. I wish I remembered the name of the
That,
place.
that honestly sounds like something I would get at a bookstore.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to answer that question because I haven't had an actual dessert in some time.
Yeah.
Like the last one that I had was for my birthday back in March. I
Well
think it was
then.
like a what the hell do they call it? I think it was like a melted chocolate cake or some shit.
What is?
All right. I'm gonna skip. Also, I'm gonna say this real quick before we move on. I'm gonna skip over the questions that specifically say "question for Arc" for now, just so we can ask all of them when we shift focus later on in the stream. So,
But there is one-
everybody, sorry ahead of time if your question gets skipped over. I am saving those for later in the stream.
Also,
so
I
they won't
saw
really
the-
get skipped over. They'll just be.
Yeah, so they're not getting skipped over. They're just getting
Uh,
put on hold.
It's being put on hold.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, like, I
Yeah,
saw
later.
the best sketch request ever.
What?
What?
Carl Shifty.
No!
Yes!
Immediately vetoed.
Okay, next question. Next question.
Immediately
Oh,
approved.
Oh, you're
I want to see that.
you're
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
okay with
Okay,
Carl
so-
Angel
so-
does,
so-
but when it comes to Carl Shifty, that's where you draw the line.
Okay.
Why?
So, next question. Okay, the next question comes from Will Rambles. He says, question for all of you. Favorite cartoon of all time?
And then
And
Eddie,
Eddie,
your question.
easy.
Oh, don't make me.
I have a very quick and easy answer for this. I just want to hear all y'all
Regular
first.
show. I love regular show. It's-
Regular show's pretty good too. I like that
it's
show.
I
just-
loved regular
yeah,
show.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Like, here's an answer that nobody wants to hear. My favorite cartoon is Johnny Test.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Johnny
Fuck
Test.
you.
And then, oh God, why? Okay, and
Oh
then
my
you
God.
have, on.
Oh, I didn't even get to answer the question. God damn it.
Well, I'm gonna be very quick with mine.
Answer
The,
it, fool.
the old Tom and Jerry shorts, like
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
like Tom and Jerry before Tom and Jerry show on Cartoon Network.
Oh, yeah.
Tom and Jerry Tales was pretty good. Those were released around 20.
Oh wait, it was Tails.
Tom
I
and
think.
Jerry
wasn't it?
Tales.
It's-
Well,
'cause I
if
know
you're
there was
talking about the
Looney
old
Tunes
original
show.
series, the ones that ended in them literally just laying under a train for some weird reason,
Okay.
those were also really
I mean,
good.
You know, I was talking about
can't go
like
wrong with the classics.
I was talking about like 40s, 50s.
DuckTales?
You know, like
Oh god. There's something about
like
the
old
ones that
Tom
are
and Jerry.
that old. There's something about the ones that are that old that I just can't get into.
Why?
I don't
Why?
know. There's just something about like the vibe, maybe it's the animation itself that I can't
It
get into,
could
but
be.
there's just something
It
I
could
can't do.
Perhaps.
It could be.
Not really too
It
sure.
goes with maybe anime
And then
also,
my
like
fa-
some people don't like.
And then my favorite that I'm currently watching is Invader Zim, but that's not my favorite of all time.
Well,
Yes, it is.
Meanwhile, Shifty's character over here looking ferocious with.
Oh my God! Is she using a pickaxe?
No, she's using a
She's-
sword.
It's a diamond sword.
This looks
Oh,
so
I
anime.
gotcha.
Oh my god.
This is so anime.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
the,
really
that
goes
is
like
that is the
so.
point.
Honestly, I'm looking at this
Alrighty.
and I'm starting to think this should be the image that's used for Dana's first D&D character.
Ah. Oh,
Weapons,
Lord,
a
it's just-
Minecraft diamond sword.
Yeah.
That's
Alrighty.
so cool.
That's
Next, next up,
hold the
Oh, sorry, you haven't answered yet.
didn't answer.
No, I haven't.
I
Jeez,
didn't.
everyone. Okay. Favorite cartoon of all time.
I
I think out of all the shows that I've watched over the years, I'm gonna have to say like the same as Aiden. I loved Regular Show like back in the day, so I'm gonna have to say that one as well.
That's one I still have to watch, honestly. That's one I didn't get into when I was younger.
You should. It's
And-
really good.
Yeah.
It's very,
Yeah, and
very funny. It's like South Park, but you can watch it without being an adult. It's basically
Yeah.
very well done.
Alrighty.
The voice
Honestly,
acting.
I
So is
never
that
thought
everybody
of
for this
describing
question?
it like that, but that's actually quite accurate.
Yeah,
Luigi, what's your answer?
Luigi!
and they weren't scared like South Park
No.
actually to make fun of Billy Mitchell.
There are probably a couple good ones, but I cannot really now think of them except for some reason, I don't know. Adventure Time, DuckTales. Let's just go with that.
Alrighty then.
So don't take a lot of time.
Next question, and these are actually two similar questions from Apple and Genie in a Bottle. Apple asks general question, anyone a rock fan, and if so, what bands? And then Genie in a Bottle just asks
Rock.
favorite musician. So let's go ahead and answer the first one. The Apple's first. Anyone a rock fan? I know I am.
Okay, so
I like some rock.
on the court,
I mean,
I'll be back.
if we're sticking specifically to the rock genre and not going to
Rock
metal, if it goes to rock, I'm gonna have to give that to Linkin Park, who's in alternative metal, or sorry, alternative rock.
ooh.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
variety count? Because variety, I like to listen to a bunch of different genres.
I think as long as
Well, yeah,
the
it's-
genre name
well,
includes rock.
The first question is just a yes or no. Is anyone a rock fan? Yes or no?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, obviously. I
To
say
that, I say yes.
I would say for my favorite musician in terms of rock, I would probably say
Yeah.
The Offspring.
Ooh, they're a good one.
That's not a musician. That's
Yes.
a band.
Well,
the question is general question. Is anyone a rock fan, and if so, what bands? And then they follow it up with favorite musician.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so actually,
Yeah.
let me separate that. In terms of my favorite band, that's a tough question. I probably have to lean towards, still The Offspring. But in terms of favorite musician, if it's like any musician, I would definitely say Enigma.
you're gonna go far, kid.
I'm gonna.
You got pocket, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
too many favorites for rock, honestly, because there's well, then you have early Panic at the Disco, which is more rock than
yeah.
the current stuff. You have My Chemical
Yeah.
Romance. You have Foo Fighters. You have Alice Cooper. I have all these options, and I can't pick just one for the genre of rock.
MCR. Boo.
Hey,
Yeah.
My Chem's awesome. Shut up.
They're
Really
good still.
overrated.
What do you mean?
And I just came
My
back.
Chem is awesome. Shut your mouth.
All right, Luigi.
Yeah.
What's your favorites?
I don't know.
Hey.
I know that I like all sorts of kinds of genres, including rock, but I don't know about bands. I'm even looking. Yeah, I mean,
So many things are happening.
Oh yeah, and then
yeah.
And then if you go into separate musicians, you also have, online creators such as Nate Wants to Battle.
Oh yeah, that.
DA Games.
And of
I
course,
mean, I
yeah.
know DA Games isn't
I
really
was
I mean,
to
Are
Nate.
they rock? Would you classify DA Games as rock?
DA Games also. Oh yeah. Well.
Because it's like, they
Huh.
have a mix on their channel, and some of it's
Yeah.
metal, some of it's,
I
No, they have-
enjoyed the games and Nate and the others. Whoever.
Man, all these favorite musicians, and not one of you mentioned our good friend here, Volition.
Or me.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, I see how this is.
Oh crap! Also, I forgot the most important question of every single stream that I'm a part of.
Oh boy.
Oh,
So everybody, from Nerd in the Chair.
I haven't even answered the question. Why are you forgetting about me, dude? What the fuck?
Do you speak?
Okay,
Yeah, now I
fine then.
know.
You answer your question.
Answer the question, boy.
I mean, I don't particularly really have any favorite bands because I don't exactly listen to much music. But could I possibly mention Mick Gordon because he does really good rock music as well?
He's
Yeah.
metal though.
Oh,
Oh.
I mean it's still.
Metal counts as rock.
I mean, yeah. I mean it's still technically rock. No.
Technically, metal is its own genre.
other version know.
How can it? How can it not be metal? He used a fucking chainsaw for BFG Division.
Well then.
Well.
Well,
Okay, so the
Yeah,
next
all right.
answer.
So now
This
has everyone
man-
answered that question?
I
Yes.
do believe so.
All right. So
Yeah.
I forgot the most important question that has to start every single stream. I am so upset that I didn't start the stream with this. From Nerd in a
What is it?
Chair. Yes or no? What's your favorite number of the alphabet?
Mhm. From top to bottom.
Luigi.
Nah. YOLO.
Okay, his answer is meh.
YOLO.
My answer for today is gray.
Favorite number of the alphabet? True or false? The answer is no.
Crickets were starting.
Uh,
All right,
That's my
Mason, your turn.
I think my answer for that would be the Pyramids of Giza.
Okay then.
nice.
Okay.
Old boy.
I think my answer would be when I have an actual question.
Ooh.
Burn!
All right, next is Jake, and then we can actually move on to the next question.
I feel like that's how we should answer these questions from
My
there
favorite
on top to bottom.
My favorite number of the alphabet, meatloaf.
Okay then. So
Okay.
up next comes from Cheese, I think is his name. Chezzy.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Yeah, cheesy.
I don't know.
Cheesy.
Cheesy. Okay.
Cheese.
And Cheesy asks, "Do you like ice cream cones or popsicles?"
Popsies.
Yes.
Popsies every day.
Ice cream.
Yes.
Ice cream
Yes.
cone.
Well, hold on. What would it count? Would it hold on? Would it count as a popsicle if it's like ice cream encased in chocolate?
Ooh. Actually, if we're including
Yes.
those as those are more ice cream bars though than popsicles.
You do have a point. Well, I guess bottom line, as a
If we
kid, I
were-
always enjoyed popsicles more than ice cream cones.
Yeah, no, it's if we were including ice cream bars in this, I would say ice cream bars all the way because
Yeah.
mainly because of the good humor strawberry shortcake bars. Oh my god, those are so good.
Please
Yeah.
do not remind me of that fucking cartoon show.
Oh yeah, like fucking
No,
like
it's shortcake.
the SpongeBob popsicle.
Oh
It's also-
lord.
Something else that is so, by the way.
And while we're on the topic of ice creams, Dairy Queen or Baskin Robbins from Chair?
Dairy Queen.
I don't know
I'd
what
say
it
Baskin
is.
Robbins.
I tried their literal peppermint mocha. They literally had like bits and pieces of peppermint on top. It was pretty okay. It was pretty okay.
It's so long since
Yeah.
I've gone to Baskin Robbins.
Again, my answer is I don't because I don't know what it is. I'm not American. I guess that's American.
Yeah, Luigi ain't from here.
I'll
Luigi,
go for
do you
Dairy
have
Queen.
any ice cream places where you live in Bosnia?
Probably.
Never been to any?
I can't think of any.
All right, let's boil it down.
That's
All right, let's
okay.
boil it down. What's your favorite flavor of a frozen treat?
Mine's gonna.
Strawberry.
Oreo.
Okay, let's go from top to bottom. Luigi, you first.
Vanilla.
Okay then.
Ah.
Mine is there's a somewhat
There's a lot
local
of
flavor in one of my ice cream in an ice cream parlor. I say somewhat local because it's like
somewhat.
I want
local.
to say it's like a Midwest thing where it's so like
Mhm.
yeah, it's like it's far enough where if I say the name of it, it's not gonna fucking make me dox myself or anything like that. But it's And there's a flavor in it called Paintball Blast. It is the best ice cream flavor I have ever tasted, and it is so good.
I once tried an ice cream called the Superman, and it was literally like color changed vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
Shall I
that's
change
you just
ice
skipped
cream?
over. You just skipped over Aiden just so you could say that.
Yeah, I just want to get my
Yeah.
2 cents in.
Aiden, favorite frozen treat flavor.
Favorite frozen treat flavor? That's hard.
Frozen.
This is why I say Paintball Blast because it's my favorite ice cream flavor, and that's easiest for me.
I really,
Yeah.
It depends on the day because, like, I don't have a sweet
Yeah,
tooth
go for
all
it.
the time, but when
Fair
I
enough.
do, I have a fucking
Yeah.
sweet tooth. So it's hard to say what my favorite flavor is. Oh, orange creamsicle.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That sounds
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, that's something. Thanks for that.
Alrighty, up next is Mason.
I already said my bit.
Okay then.
Yeah.
And finally, or not finally,
I
next is Arc.
do.
Finally, just this.
Definitely strawberry, and that's only recently I realized another reason for that is because of my let's call it slight affinity for our favorite strawberry pimp.
Alright, and
Yeah.
finally is Jake.
That guy's really good.
Oreo.
I believe he said Oreo through the voice
Yes, I
mod.
did.
Yes. Oh yeah. We can
Alright,
confirm
up
it.
next is Chroma9 with a shameless plug. Do the rest of the cast know that Volition has a song going on Spotify?
No, not at all.
No.
Nope, absolutely not.
Because I was trying to make it a surprise. Thanks, Chroma. God.
Thanks a lot.
Wow, like an asshole.
Thanks,
Not
Chroma.
Chroma is anything but an asshole. But no, I wasn't even aware.
He's
Is
the
it
whole
the live
cheek.
version of You Know What, Chroma? Is that what's going on?
See, okay.
I'll be
Chroma,
honest.
like it or not, you now have a label amongst the streamcast, and that is the spoiler guy.
Welcome aboard, I guess. I mean,
spoiler guy. As a matter of fact, hold up. As a matter of fact, that's gonna be your nickname on the Discord server.
Yeah. I'll be honest. The whole time, I thought Chroma was actually working with Aiden and Maddie on the Addict acoustic cover.
No, I am gonna get a little bit more production advice from him though before I post it because I feel like it's a little hollow right now. But so before that actually goes up in hopefully the next few days, I'm gonna give it a little time because the MV is coming out on Friday, so I don't want to be like jumping like right into it right away.
You don't want to look like you're jumping on a bandwagon then.
Yeah. I want to give it a little bit of time to simmer. Like right when the hype for that dies down is probably when I'll put that out. Because
that's a good idea.
Yeah. But so with that time, I'm not gonna be spending it, doing nothing and just, so I'm gonna be, hopefully working a little bit with our boy Chroma to make sure that mix sounds absolutely fucking legendary.
All right.
Hashtag blame Chroma.
Yeah.
Let's get that shit in the chat. Hashtag blame Chroma. Hashtag
blame Chroma.
All right. So next subject. Next question comes from Chair. In your opinion, and let's just go from top to bottom of the list with this one.
Yes.
In your opinion, is a donut a dessert item or a breakfast item? Let's start with Luigi.
Donuts. Both.
Okay.
That is the right answer.
Well, in my opinion, it is a dessert item.
Interesting. I can't say you're wrong because, but like, interesting.
Aiden, you're next.
I think it's a donut's whatever you fucking want it to be.
For me, a donut is a snack.
Oh god.
It's not an option. Oh wait, well, okay, I just said it was an option. Okay.
But I love
like the boys the snack.
Chocolate glaze, baby.
Arc.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. That's the answer. And Jakey, wait.
Jake.
It'll always be a dessert in my eyes.
Oh,
I like how we have. Yes, dessert. Yes, dessert.
I guess dessert wins technically, but it's whatever you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously. We're not going to force you to decide on when you want a particular food. Have fucking pizza for breakfast, all right? It's your life!
I've done that before.
Up next comes another one from Chair. Have you seen Close Enough yet? The new show by the guy who made Regular Show.
Never heard of it.
No, and I want to now because, oh my god, if it's anything that carries any of the same energy as regular show does, if it carries that identity, if it has anything that will kind of fill that void that now that regular show's over, which by the way, it was one of the most responsibly ended shows I've ever seen too. Then I'm so in.
I've seen the trailer for it, and I think it will be, because like it like the from what I've seen from like the content of it, it does seem like it has like a very similar charm to it.
I
would
love that.
I would say
Me
this
too.
really gives the creators of regular show, like, because since they were on Cartoon Network, you had to limit some shit, like in the censorship and all the suggestive stuff. This time they can just go all out, They don't go hard on that.
Well, yeah, from what I recall, I remember having this conversation with some people at one of my local game stores, but apparently the regular show was actually supposed to be pitched as more of an adult show.
Yeah.
It was. I have heard of that before.
I remember there was another show that had the same deal, but I forgot the name of it.
I don't know, because I remember the pilot for Family Guy started on Cartoon Network as a kids show.
Oh my god!
Wait, it did?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember the name of the pilot, but it was basically the same thing. You can definitely hear Brian's voice in this talking dog character, and some fat idiot that comes and adopts him from a pound. And there's all kinds of ridiculous shenanigans going on all over town.
Oh my
I don't remember the name of it though, and I feel bad
on that one.
And then up next we have from Morgan Freeman, again not finishing his name.
You don't need to do that.
If you died, what do you want to be reincarnated as? I assume this goes out to most of the cast.
All right, top to bottom.
I refuse to
Luigi!
fucking answer this question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, that's your answer.
Come on,
You
Luigi.
want to be space.
The
Let's see here.
The next gen human.
Okay, I now of course I have to pose the question of, are we going with what's actually supposedly possible, or just completely out there, like say unicorn for example? That's not my answer.
yeah.
I'm just saying, do we want to add
mean,
in mythical creatures to this?
Let's go to the next summit. We can also our own OCs if you want. Yes.
That's why I'm asking. Because honestly, I would not mind being reincarnated as some version of Shifty.
I would say go nuts.
Same.
Well, then there's my answer.
And there you go. Hey,
There's what I want to be reincarnated as, and then there's what I will be.
Angel dust.
Fuck you.
Is that why you refuse to answer?
That's more of a question of
We're
fussing.
getting reincarnated. Oh my god. Imagine Jake being Amp.
I'm not
That would be a
gonna try to
little
make him.
terrifying.
I'm not gonna make him try to answer the question, but just real quick, Aiden, what you're pretty sure you'll be reincarnated as, is it good or bad?
No comment.
Well,
Angle dude.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's a very complicated relationship.
You poor man.
Leave it at that then. As for me, mine's gonna be real. Just I'm gonna have to sit down for this one.
Yours is gonna be real.
All right. So if what I want to be reincarnated as is a flower in a big open grass field with a spring breeze blowing, so that I can finally live in peace.
Aw.
What a fucking softie.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, he was being all poetic and shit, and you just call him a fucking softie.
I am pretty much the teddy bear of the group.
I'm gonna keep
So-
it 100. If I
Making
did have to
yourself
be
feel
reincarnated, I would be
Being
reincarnated as an alien and never have to deal with humanity's bullshit ever again.
Trade-off, though. But Narek, here's the trade-off, though. You're dealing with your civilization bullshit.
Gotta be better than this.
I don't know. If your technology is any more advanced, I'm sure people have Twitter in their head and you can't escape it ever.
Oh,
That's fine. At least I know where everyone stands.
All right. So
and finally we have
Jake.
Jake.
and finally we have Jake, who is going to be reincarnated as Siren Head. Next question.
Little bitch.
No, he's gonna be Amp.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay.
Jake, you ain't.
So, Luigi, do not call me that. Anyways, what would I be reincarnated as? I would absolutely want to say a dragon, just because they're fucking.
Hopefully something quieter than you are right now.
Oh wow! You gotta expose me like that.
Don't worry.
At that rate,
But
even
buddy,
a dragon would still
you
be
do a good enough
quieter.
job on that yourself. Don't frickin' at me for that one.
Ark,
Oh lord.
Don't worry.
Dragon is
Alright.
still quieter than him.
Ark,
All right,
look.
next question.
Look at Ark, by the way.
Next question comes from Cheesy once again, and Cheesy asks, "Has anyone
Cheesy.
here worked at a Papa John's?"
Papa John's
No.
pizza.
Again, not American, so no. Either way.
But isn't it?
No, and I don't plan to, considering I hate food
Yeah,
service.
no.
Nope.
Thank you.
And there we go. That's your answer.
Okay, so nobody
Nobody-
here has worked at a
nobody.
Papa John's. Though I do like that
Not
food.
at
I want to add.
Nobody-
Nobody's
real job
working,
in the
nobody
first place.
will.
I do want to add in. My dad actually did used to work at a Pizza Hut before he went to the military, so just wanted to get that out.
Wait, hold up.
Bless you.
I'm going down the list. Cheesy also asks, "Have you worked at Domino's? Have you worked at
Again, no.
Outback Steakhouse or Steakhouse?
Nothing.
Steakhouse."
Nothing else.
Dude, what
He's
the hell?
asking if we worked at all
Yeah.
these restaurants. Cheesy, I think you're hungry. Go get some food.
Tizzy, you're hungry. Here, have Snickers.
All right, so, so
Not
just
you when you're
below, just below that Papa
Alright.
John, you guys consider yourselves alphas or betas?
Up next,
What?
No.
oh Lord, Blue's
Wait.
joining in on Chair's favorite question. Only he phrased it differently. What color is red? Yes or no, and why?
No.
What color is
I'm
red?
gonna
Yes
say
or no, and
yes
why?
because I'm gonna say yes because it's a completely valid color. I have red all over my room, as a matter of fact. Not the form you
Oh,
might
yeah.
be thinking.
All over yourself.
I would say yes because being a fucking art nerd, red is one of the primary colors. Red and blue and yellow.
Exactly.
Okay, so
I joked about
If
it, by the
I-
way. Yes.
I'm gonna take some RVB logic here and say red doesn't exist, only blue team.
Oh.
Sucks because I know exactly what he's talking about.
Warhammer.
Darcy gonna be happy to hear that.
Oh, Chair's over here with the really, really good one.
Uh,
What is one show that
Really?
you wish you could bring back?
Don't give me
Ed
that
and Nettie.
power. Do not give me that power.
Ooh.
Ed and Nettie.
Oh.
Do you see that? No, here's the thing. Art, that's too easy. It's too easy of an answer.
No, it's not. It's the perfect answer.
I-
Shut up.
I would either,
Let me
I
just
would
go with
either
Alf
say,
because that's over.
I would either. I don't want to say Gravity Falls because that ended so perfectly. As much as I hated
Yeah.
being over, that ended.
2 seasons.
Fuck, I wouldn't say that,
Although
but I haven't finished
that's
the
only
series.
2 seasons, but it ended.
Actually,
But,
Adventure
like, it had-
Time would be.
All I can think of is Invader Zim, just because that's what I'm watching currently, and I can't think of anything else.
But in terms of like, in terms of like available for everybody on TV instead of like being on Netflix or something, then yeah, I kind of would agree to that.
Yeah.
But Luigi, what show do you want to bring back from the dead?
Bring back from the dead. I
Like-
can't even figure out.
A show that got canceled, or a show that ended early, or what?
Fucking Seinfeld.
What's the deal with their life? I'm not gonna do that.
That's funny, Eddie.
Nothing, Luigi.
No, I can't think of any.
Well,
No thoughts, brain empty.
I think I know
Damn
one.
shame.
Alright,
show
so
that-
we got one from Ark, we have nothing from Luigi, and we had something from me. So Aiden, what show do you? Oh wait, you already said Seinfeld. Mason, what show do you want to bring back from the dead?
An anime that no one will ever truly understand. Bo.
Fucking hell! You just
That's
reminded
great.
me that existed.
Could be.
One show
That-
that I
That show
Jake,
was
answer quick.
that show was an absolute drug trip.
okay. I was gonna say Billy and Mandy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I
good
agree.
one, actually.
That was one I really loved as a kid.
Same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask only a few more, and then let's start switching over to ARC exclusive answers here or
Yes.
questions,
Yes.
because we are past the half-hour mark already. We're almost at the 1 hour mark.
Yes.
We did.
So
Right.
I am going to switch focus after a few more questions.
It's only
So-
48 minutes, by the way.
So
not
another
1 hour.
one from Chair, dead or alive, who is one person you would want to guest star on the Insanimators?
I feel like the answer for oh my god.
Jesus.
I feel like the answer for me and Aiden is pretty obvious.
Yee.
Michael Kovac.
Michael, if you're
Yeah.
listening, we're more than happy to have you on at some point
Please,
soon.
please, for the love of God, hit these guys up.
Oh Lord.
We'll
just a
sing a
bunch of crazy
brilliant
fans
duet.
ignore us.
It'll be great.
Oh Lord.
Oh no,
Wait.
double angel dust. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Kindly ignore us. We're just a bunch of crazy people.
Did you just actually say ignore us?
What?
You
Good
sabotaging
luck.
prick.
Michael Kovac is too precious for our.
No,
for our
here's
fucking
the
thing.
No,
thing.
he's not.
Here's
No,
here's
he
the
is
thing.
not.
Here's the thing. You suggest ignore both of them. Good fucking luck. That is impossible to do.
All right. Well, who I would want as a guest on the show? Because I have one on my list, but I'm planning on actually reaching out to him. So
Oh, trust me, I've got plans
someone
towards this end. Just give me some
That-
time on that.
who's someone who's out there who I would love to have as a guest on the Insanimators?
Leonardo
You
DiCaprio.
can answer that one, can't you?
Out there. Hmm.
Leonardo
I mean,
DiCaprio.
right now, considering he very much fits the what we're going for of indie creators who, and people who are making their own creations on their own. I would love to get. No, no,
Scott Carson.
no.
Scott Cawthon. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that happening.
He would. Okay, you know what? For a really out there option that'll most likely never happen. Yes, my answer is Scott Cawthon.
No, let's not jump to that conclusion.
Why are you saying
But no,
that
for-
happened? Dark had him somehow.
I would say he's a nice
For my,
guy.
for my current answer, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you guys haven't heard of this guy, very much check him out. I highly recommend him and his projects, but
Cool.
I'll get into that at a later point.
He's a nice guy.
There's this one animator who goes by the username of Dead Sound, and oh my lord,
That's
his animations are yes.
my guy. Right.
It's like he does them all by himself. There's
Dead
yeah.
sound.
like
Hear that sound.
look up either Dead Sound or Autodale, and it's just highly recommended.
No.
And I would love to get him on the
Oh,
screen at some point.
All right, one more question for the
Scott, if you're listening.
One more question for the variety of the group. Then we're moving on to ARC's questions.
All right, and I actually do have one that I would like to ask. Do you have any plans for any alternative series for the Insanimators channel? So like probably animatics, let's plays, for lack of a better way, but alternate series
So,
like that.
if I can offer a suggestion for this question, let's stick to something that's being worked on by the Insanimators, like within itself, not outside projects that we're individually involved in.
Oh yeah, no. We're sticking
Yeah.
to the Insanimators themselves.
Yeah.
Well, there's.
Oh my god, I'm looking at sketch quests.
Would Ark and I's history oriented thing count? Would that count as something that...
Technically, yes, because it is the two of us, and we're both in the
think so.
Insanimators.
Yeah.
And we'll be having other people in the Insanimators on when we have
Do we
different topics
want
that they're
to-
interested in too. So
There-
I'd say we
there
count
is-
that
Do we-
totally.
There is also
Do we want
technically
to,
doing that acoustic cover John Bellion thing.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
we'll
yeah, yeah.
Probably get to at some point.
Real quick,
Yes.
do we want
Yeah.
to mention a very possible gaming series that we might do?
While we're on the subject, I'd say so.
Why not? Yeah.
So, because we actually are planning on at some point making a more or less a series of Minecraft videos with the Insanimators, with those of us who have Minecraft, that is.
Yeah.
And
That's supposed to be my
and
guy.
I already,
Yeah, Dana.
as a matter of fact, I already have. We haven't started recording for it yet, but I already have an audio clip of Jake and I playing from the other night, and there is going to, regardless of whenever the Minecraft series is coming out, you are going to see an animatic of that sound clip beforehand. Like,
And trust us, you're gonna get a real kick out of it.
yeah, it's as a hint of the insanity that is to come from Insanimators Minecraft.
You want to stop chasing me, you creepy psycho!
Shut up, Fred!
Oh, you Dana, yeah. Yeah, look.
There's your hint for now. Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
speaking of
So,
speaking of the server, thank you so much, Chair, for releasing the fucking Ender Dragon. What the actual hell?
Okay. To elaborate on that, the Minecraft series is going to be centered around us setting up a Insanimators Minecraft server. So, and Chair, who runs the server, again, thank you very much, Chair, for making it in the first place.
Yeah,
Decided
decided
to
to spawn
spawn
the end,
a fucking Ender Dragon.
Which could have potentially destroyed the world, and
It already did.
Do I have to rebuild my house?
No, listen, like, the main parts are at least safe, but, like, there was a lot of sections on the underground, particularly, that were destroyed, and, well, the dragon did, like, make a little path, in the village. It was only a very small port, but it was still kind of a lot.
All of my cats are dead.
Sucks. I'm joking, by the way. We love you, Chair, but why?
But you also suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also suck. You made me kill Aiden's cat 5 separate times.
You piece of shit.
Seriously.
I didn't hear about this.
I already told you this.
And
I
that's-
already told you that your cat got killed.
Yeah.
And Mason, you are going to have to retame your cat slayer tonight when we play.
Aiden, is that supposed to be
Yeah.
my character screaming something?
This is your character screaming
Oh,
burger.
yeah.
Alrighty, and before we...
Writer's critique, that's
oh no! Chair just DM me saying the server's going down. No! Chair, don't do it!
Don't beat that guy, Chair. Come on.
Yes. The server's going down like a timber.
You better not release the Ender Dragon, you fucking bitch.
Please don't do it!
Don't
No, he's
do
saying
it.
he's doing it!
Actually, you know what, Dylan? I don't really care. Oh god, I'm in
Oh,
shit.
just
Yeah,
fulfill that
I mean-
request for you guys.
Alrighty, and then before, okay, last thing before we shift focus, people are clamoring for a plushie shifty in sketch requests, Aiden.
Specifically, a plushy Johnny Test Carl shifty.
What the fuck is that request?
New challenge. How many cursed ideas can we get into one meme?
I'm finishing sketch requests like nobody's fucking business right now, by the way. I've already gotten 2 of them done.
Okay.
Well, as good as you are, I'd kind of expected at this rate.
All right. I think we got that done now.
Oh, I have to change hamburger to spaghetti.
Yeah, you forgot.
Oh, just leave it as burger. That's what the request
See if I
was.
can like imitate it
No,
properly.
not just burger. Borgar.
All right, let me
Burger.
just let's see if I can imitate it properly. Okay, I'm
Burger.
gonna slam my desk. 3, 2, 1. Spaghetti.
Thank you. Thank you,
I'm
Mason.
changing it.
Do it!
Aiden, don't turn her into a
Alrighty.
marketable plushie.
No, I'm fine with Shifty being turned into a marketable plushie.
It's marketable.
No,
machine, God damn it.
Alright, so that being
It's
said, I'm
Will.
gonna
Will
scroll
says
back
it.
up to the first questions that specifically said for Arc
Yes.
as we shift focus to Arc himself. First things first. Nyan Sprinkles. Hi, Nyan. Go ahead and says,
Oh, no.
"Ah, yes, it's King Boomer. So, Arc, what will it take for certain assholes to not try and eat the wholesome pictures of cute pigs? Also, what first song do you like?
Okay.
A
So to the
lot to
first
unpack
question.
there.
If people would simply supply people like myself and Alistair with enough bacon, we wouldn't need to hunt little piglets.
Yeah, for
You
real.
gotta stay the fuck away. I'm. I will die knowing I died for something.
Oh my god.
Okay,
And
thank
then,
you.
and then the follow-up question
smell
is, what
bacon.
first song do you like? And she put in a spoiler, "They never gonna give you up."
God.
What hurt?
Is it even classified as a
I'm
curse
gonna
song?
let you up, I'm gonna let you down.
That's more of like a troll song than a curse song.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
more of a
give
troll
him,
song
I'm
than
gonna
anything.
give him,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. What was the name of the guy?
Is it the one that you
There's
sent us in the
Ashley.
private server?
Huh?
No.
Is it the one that you sent us in the private server?
Nit.
No.
Mm.
Wait. Which one was that again?
It's the SpongeBob one with the music, and I think Childish Gambino.
Oh yeah.
No, that's just a meme song.
Oh, okay.
Rick Astley.
No. Actually, in terms of cursed songs, fuck, I don't know if it would count as a cursed song or a meme song. But I whooped Batman's ass by Wesley Willis.
God damn, that name alone sounds interesting.
He's actually not that bad as a musician. His being a musician is actually kind of a tragic like story, but the songs he makes, oh my god.
Alrighty, so up next on the list we have question from Chair, question for Ark. Why the fuck does the word pog bother you so much?
Speaking of which,
Mason, I will fucking strangle you.
Just to get a rise out of him.
Okay, so
Hold up.
I need to find a plane ticket to Bosnia now.
Wait, what Bosnia?
Also, before you answer that,
I said
Chair
progress.
just DM'd me again saying,
Oh.
Aiden called me a bitch. Guess who's fucking with his house? Aiden,
Don't-
I would say people. I would
Do
say...
not touch my freaking house. I worked so hard on that.
Okay.
Oh lord. Okay. So
Can you say no to this cute face?
Yeah, seriously, can you? How the fuck can you say that? Like,
I can't. No,
especially
I can't.
I will put tears in his eyes. I swear to God.
I can't say no because that face is like. I don't know
Okay.
how to react to that face. I'm gonna be too busy laughing. That's why I can't say no.
Yeah.
back on topic. Ark, why the fuck does the word pog bother you so much?
Pog.
That's Psy though. Says it all.
When he hears progress every time. Speaking of it, there's a
I'm
chat.
not gonna dignify that with a legitimate question or with a legitimate response. So next question.
It will remain forever.
Alrighty, next comes from Blue Bent. Question for Ark. Thoughts on Hawaiian pizza?
Please say spawn of Satan. Please say spawn of Satan. Please say spawn of Satan.
It's one thing for the ham to be there. I can let that slide. Fuck off with the pineapple.
Honestly, if you like
Alright.
it, eat it. But like, don't try and
Don't
give
keep-
me pineapple pizza.
Yeah, it's like you can have.
I just don't like it. I just straight up don't
I'll
like
just
it.
say, like, yeah, you can have your pineapple on your pizza. Just don't put it anywhere remotely close near my pizza.
Here's my thing about pineapple on pizza. Say what you will about the memes that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. The reason I think it doesn't belong on pizza is the fact that the flavor of pineapple overpowers everything fucking else on the
It
pizza.
does.
It's powerful
And it's
enough that it comes out
distracting.
of literally every
can imagine
orifice
it does.
after you've eaten it.
I can
Oh,
imagine
God.
it does.
So good.
It's distracting. I don't
Yeah.
get. I love pineapple anywhere else. I love adding pineapple juice to my vodka. Tastes delicious.
Yeah.
Because it overpowers
But-
the vodka.
Yes, that's
Vodka.
why I expect it to. I can even drink pineapple juice by itself, no problem.
No thanks. I'll stick to this.
But when I eat a pizza, I expect to taste you know, the crust, the cheese, the marinara sauce, you know, the
Marinara.
grease, marinara, whatever.
Meh.
I'm American. Shut up.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
I also expect to taste the grease of the pizza.
That's
But
American.
the pineapple
Greasy.
distracts. The pineapple distracts from everything about the pizza.
Yes.
All right,
Finally,
so,
somebody is in the bowl here.
thank you for coming to Arc's Pineapple Pizza TED Talk. We will see you next time.
Luigi,
Now,
what you're
next
putting
up
in
we
the
have
Luigi, what you're putting in the chat, you're basically saying your own death wish, Luigi. Arc is going to find you.
Okay, next up we have another question for Arc because all of the
Hey,
questions
that's
now are
like
for
an
Arc.
ArcKing.
Chair asks, "What exactly drew you to Warhammer 40k?"
Question I
Everybody,
actually care
grab your
about.
popcorn.
Yep,
A
grab
question
your.
I-
I have my cheese balls.
A question I actually care about.
That was me opening up a can of Sprite right away. By the way.
Wow. Sitting here
Damn it!
with
I
my
already
root
opened
beer.
my can of Code Red.
I have my dark pepper.
Root beer.
All right. Begin.
Now, to answer the question,
Hey.
Warhammer 40k is actually not the first miniatures game I've gotten into. There was another one I started called Infinity. That what drew me into it was reading the book that has all the rules and stuff about the game. But in that book also had all the lore, you know, the entire everything about, you know, all the general information about the setting of the game. That's what got me into Infinity. Sometime later, a couple of my friends were playing their own 40k game when I was over at one of these friends' houses. And while they were playing their game, I had the chance to look through, you know, a couple of the because they have the core book and all the faction books and everything. I had the chance to look through it, and again, the setting drew me into it. It's really kind of like interesting for me to see like humanity's on its last legs, trying to survive against all impossible odds of, you know, basically space elves trying to kick their asses out of relevance. Aliens from outside of the galaxy looking to consume every last like cell of organic life, and zombie robots popping out of the grounds of almost every planet in the galaxy, among other things like you know, orcs that instead of being birthed are grown from spores like fungus. They're fighting against everything, including themselves. And because of how batshit crazy that whole setting like premise is, I love it so much. I've already come up with my own like my own Space Marine chapter. I've already got it. In fact, it kind of goes into one of the things that I wanted to talk about here. Is the fact that I'm actually putting together a little project to establish a little bit of context for the 40k setting. Because you have all the alien races and all that. How, you know, a couple of them have their own little sub factions. Like the Space Elves have the Eldar, and then the Drukhari, who are Dark Elves, and then they have the Inari, who are like they're elves that worship a god of death or some shit. I can never remember the specifics. But the Imperium, humanity, has so many different factions within under the one keyword of Imperium that it's actually kind of like mind-boggling to try to figure out how they like view each other and interact. And that's what I want to use this project as a means of establishing, is to establish how they interact with each other, because not all of them are overly religious zealots. The Space Marines are a good example, save for the Black Templars and maybe a couple others, but it's showing how all these different ideologies within the Imperium interact with each other. That's what I want to like show to not only players of Warhammer 40k, but also to people who are just kind of like reading the books, because that game also has a massive like publishing company with a huge freaking library of books that you can go and pick up and read. They're actually pretty good books. But not a lot of them have a lot of stuff pertaining to how everybody interacts with each other from these different factions. So that's what I'm working on. It's still like in its planning phases right now. I'm still getting a few people together to, you know, help me find like who knows, you know, the Mechanicus faction, who knows the Space Marines well, and then the Space Wolves, and then the Inquisition and Battle Sisters, and, you know, the list goes on and on and on. but that's one of the things that I'm working on myself right now as my own initiative. There's a couple other things that we'll get into later in this stream, but it's right now that's my thing that I really want to get going. And I've got a couple people helping me out with it, but until I have more like solid information to give, that's about all I can really say about it right now. Is it's something I'm working on. It's being planned. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get something to you guys sooner than later about that.
Well, thanks for coming to our TED Talk. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that every time he goes off on a tangent.
All right, let's see. I'm looking for more art questions here. Here's a couple, but they're really down. Okay, so this one I'm actually curious about. What is the worst food you've ever had?
Yams.
What?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I've tried yams when I was a kid, and I didn't like the taste. I couldn't even get through the smell. But when my family was basically saying it's on your plate, you have to eat it. I tried. I gagged, and I threw it. It basically came back up. I don't know what it is about yams, but I cannot eat yams at all.
Well, okay then.
One who stopped listening about his
Oh,
Weirdly specific, I know, but that's where we are.
So it's I get it, because pretty much that food for me is peppers. So I very much get what you're saying.
Peppers in general or a specific kind?
Anything with the word pepper in it that isn't a seasoning.
Oh boy, you're gonna hate me later today.
Oh God, what?
Oh shit.
No, just tell me what.
No, we'll get to that later.
Okay, so up next we have from Chair. Are there any shows you want to watch, and if so, what are they?
There's quite a few, mostly because they've been around for a long time. Nobody shut up about it. Even today, people never shut up about it. I just never got around to watching them, and there's quite a few of them. Mostly shows that came on HBO.
Like
This includes the likes of Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, although I'm not very keen on Game of Thrones, if I'm quite honest.
That's never one that I've been into.
There's also two others, Trailer Park Boys, and I think it was made by one or two of the same people at least, but it's also Letterkenny.
I never heard of that one.
Me either.
Letterkenny, I've seen mostly what I've seen is a couple compilation videos of a character on Letterkenny by the name of Shorzy. But dude, Shorzy is fucking fantastic. To give a brief example, he's a guy that's constantly hurling insults at a couple of the other characters in there, mostly your mom jokes. So like one of the jokes is one of my favorites is actually, it's a scene where he's like, because Shorzy is a character you never see his face, so he's just turned around at this like pull-up bar at a gym, and the other guys are just standing at the door to it. But one of the jokes he hurls at them is it's basically he keeps responding like "fuck you, Riley," "fuck you, Jonesy," yada. And one of them, he comes up, he's just like, "Fuck you, Riley. Your mom ugly cried last night because she left the lens cap on the camcorder last night. It's fucking amateur hour over there."
Oh.
That's just a taste of the shit that he says.
Oh Lord.
Love that.
You can see why I love Shorzy so much.
Sounds wild.
Oh, that's
All right, so-
that's only one way to describe him.
Next up, and I'm gonna ask this one
Love
to
him.
I'm gonna ask this one to everyone in the cast because I would love to hear everyone's answers on this. If you could go back in time, what time period would you go to?
if I had just a nickel for every time I've heard this kind of a question or topic. Oh my god.
Oh.
We wouldn't have to plug our donations. By the way, everybody, you can donate to our Streamlabs.
You actually
it is
can.
linked in. It is linked in the description of the YouTube video. A notification will pop
Shameless
up
plug.
if you do. And your question will be asked first. Yeah, if we had a nickel for every time this kind of question came up, we wouldn't even have it.
Shameless plug.
We do have a plan for the money that gets donated to us, and we want to make sure it's like productive for getting word out about this stream, but also making sure that I want to make sure that everybody that's a part of this group or part of the stream, whether it's us or the other cast members, that we all have equipment that's like good, able to keep up with everything, is worthy of being on a stream. So like every cent that goes towards it will really help us out.
Yeah.
It really will. Especially when you have people with crappy microphones like me.
I mean, I wouldn't
Hey
say
Jake,
that.
can you talk really quick? Just for science reasons?
Jake.
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 Jake is dead.
There you go, everybody. This is why we need your help.
Yeah.
And that's
You
another
broke
reason
the
why we
date.
need your help.
To save us from Jake.
By the way, quick side note.
Yeah.
I love the freaking subtitles and shit that Aiden has put around this marketable plushie of Twin Shift.
Oh yeah, Dumbo.
That's freaking
So marketable, conventionally pleasing.
Let's just find someone who's willing to make this.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
Let's find someone who can, like make a lot of these. And
Her
yeah.
pupil for being a marketable plushie would probably be a Wait, you made the wrong pupil black.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck me, I guess.
Aiden,
one job,
like
Aiden.
So her pupil for this would probably be either a star or a heart.
backtracking all the way to the first question, rewinding to a certain place in time, what would it be? Top to bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Oh, wait, what?
Hang on. This is a marketable plushie. Hang on, I have idea.
You have an idea? Oh god, he has an idea. Everybody duck and cover.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the eyes are like. Aiden.
But anyway, Luigi, since you're the one to answer the question, if you were to rewind to a point in time,
To important time. I don't know. The era of no. No. I don't know.
see, this is
Uh,
what
is-
like when it's your time, it's going to be more of a roast of Luigi than actual ego stroking.
Wow. Very.
Yeah, it'll just be the quiet stream.
It will.
So,
Yeah.
But we can't blame him because he's literally like on the other side of the world. So for him right now, it's like 1, 2 a.m.
Oh, Aiden, I
it's
just
almost
noticed what you're
3,
doing
like
with
15 to
the
3.
oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
there we go. Yeah, there we go.
I want an actual plushie of that now.
Well, it's 2:46 for me. Yeah.
So
You're
you're-
the
so
I don't know. I don't have early time where we'll probably go for
Alright.
now.
I
Oh, yeah.
Back to the question, Luigi. I don't know if you gave one.
I guess a time of retro gaming. I guess. I don't know.
So the 80s, I guess.
yeah.
Maybe early 80s, maybe late 70s.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's
So Whiplash's time.
All right,
My
Daniel.
mic has been OC.
All right, Daniel, what's your answer? If you were to rewind to any point in time.
See,
Join
I
me.
have a fucking. I have a somewhat broad spectrum of time period. Just because I'm just thinking, because I'm just trying to figure out which cartoons would I love more. The 20s cartoons that are like Rubber Hose style and all that, or 40s Tom and Jerry when they were still coming out.
So this shit is all based on cartoons.
Yes. It is
I like
only
how-
based
how I
on
went-
cartoons for me.
I don't think she should answer this question.
No.
I like
Yeah,
how
no,
I
it
went
shouldn't.
with gaming and
But
with-
go ahead and give it to us.
Well,
Yeah.
it's in all seriousness, I would probably choose sometime like the 80s or something like that,
Mickey
just because
Mouse.
that's my general style overall, aside from cartoons.
I mean, it's not our fault. The '80s were still styling,
Yeah.
Yeah, 80s.
Dude, yeah, seriously, they were.
With
or at least
good
that's what we come to think of it. You know, with all the fucking games and backgrounds that we see.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the only downside to that is I wouldn't be. The only downside to that is I wouldn't be growing up at the time where My Chemical Romance exists.
Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up with that shit.
Yes.
You can listen to
Yeah.
alternatively like XLF. I mean, that's your next best thing.
Eh.
Hey,
But
yes,
anyway,
it is.
what
Moving
This
time
is
Yeah,
gonna
period?
be-
moving on to
yeah.
Aiden.
Harlem Renaissance. I've already answered this question in a certain way before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we answered this in another stream
Yeah,
actually.
the Harlem Renaissance, definitely,
I'm
like
not sure if
100%. Just getting to watch and be a part of jazz,
Assassin's Creed.
you know, becoming a thing would be
Mhm.
a literal freaking dream come true. Just to be a part of that.
That's kind
That would be interesting.
It's kind of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood timeline with Renaissance.
Pretty sure I already gave the answer on Amazon.
That'd
But
be
I'll
cool being
probably
an assassin.
say the 50s, like just after the war was over.
I
on.
think,
Which war?
think of
Was that
World War II.
The Second World War, you think?
Oh.
Like,
Didn't,
because I feel like that's when America really started booming.
didn't the Korea War start in like the mid 50s?
We don't talk about that.
Everything
But
started in the
I
mid
thought-
50s, essentially.
Yeah, pretty
Wow,
much.
yeah. It did.
The war ended
so-
and then everything else started.
So, Ark, to answer legitimately, what time period would you want to rewind to?
That's honestly a tough one. It's really tough for me because
That
it's
era.
either gonna be the U.S. '80s, you know, back when all that really good like '80s music was being made, like the days of Wham, Tears for Fears, and all that. Actually, I think Tears for Fears was '70s, but
They were also
regardless.
around in the 80s.
yeah.
Yeah, they were.
It's when they
especially
made
in the
Sowing
good
the
days
Seeds
of
of Love, so that would be that's
Oh.
when I would want to be around for sure.
Yes, I love that album. That's actually the one that got me into them to begin with.
Yep.
But it would also include like the the days that Metallica was huge, like taking over the world, huge.
Right.
But it's a toss up between that particular decade, or the days of like ancient Greece.
I would not want to live during the days of ancient Greece.
For me, there's a sort of specific reason for it, because as much as it would be, as interesting as it would be to be able to see and like experience being in the presence of people like Socrates and fucking who are the other
Agamemnon, Sophocles, Herodotus.
Sophocles, thank you. Those are the main two that I would love to be to actually see in action, because of all the like philosophical and debate.
I
at
can
the
agree
same
with
time,
that. Yeah, I can
if
kind of
I-
agree with that. Yeah.
Alrighty.
I would be
So-
really interested.
Uh,
I would be really interested in Herodotus, especially.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, this is Greek pronunciation porn. That's what's going on right now.
Okay. Okay.
The other sort of specific reason I'd like to go to ancient Greece is I know that if I end up dying, I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory.
Right.
Either because of it's for one of two reasons: either the Peloponnesian War, of which I would very likely be fighting on the side of Sparta, or the what was the league that Sparta was a part of?
Sparta.
I think they were in their own league.
Sparta.
They were their own league. Okay, fair enough. Or if I was able to go far enough back in time to be a part of the Battle of Thermopylae.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you would have to be born a freaking badass. Talk about the freaking, literally
Yeah.
talking about like the freaking genetic lottery on that, dude.
Oh yeah.
Or just be born in
That-
Sparta, then you're fine.
Because that is a battle that still gets talked about today, and that was what 2,500 years ago now.
Oh, more than that. That was over four. That was like 4,000 years ago.
Jesus.
That shit's back, way back.
And this has been Greek Lessons with Ark.
Yep. And finally we have Jake. Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
He just gave up.
What? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is
Sure,
Okay, this is
that's an answer.
Bleh! Okay, I was gonna say,
Jake has a stroke. Okay, next question.
No.
shut the fuck up, Luigi. What was a time period that? Okay, that's kind of a hard one. I would probably want to go back, probably to like I don't know, maybe somewhere around like the 1700s. Which I think was like the time period when what the United States was still trying to be like built since like the Pilgrims sent it over to like what would become America. I'm just kind of like wondering what would life be like if we didn't really depend so much on technology, since technology wasn't exactly advanced all that much back then.
It would be you had to work or you wouldn't eat.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the long
Yeah.
and short of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
So, we got those out of the way. Okay, let's see.
Next we have what are some of the projects we can expect from you, Ark?
So aside from the Warhammer one that I mentioned earlier, there's another one that I got drawn into. It's if anybody has heard of the Mystery Skulls animated series.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun little series based on songs from the group Mystery Skulls, which I believe is a Texas Texas originated band, I think, or group. I can't remember the specifics. But they've got some
Good music.
They've got some fun music in there. And a guy by the name of Mystery Ben decided to start animating his own little music videos around them. I knew about him before because of the Turntable Turnabout. Fun song, and it used Phoenix Wright for the animation, basis. It was so much fun to watch, but I never realized that he had also done more Mystery Skulls music videos using I don't know if it's his own setting or if he collaborated with others to make it, but it's actually really cool to watch. Again,
Yeah,
music
they're so
videos
fun.
off the animated, they're off of the Mystery Skulls music. And what happened was in the Honey Chord, I was in the voice acting channel there, just kind of like taking a little inspiration from Aiden and just like getting people to jump in, help me get a few ideas of what I want to do for a voice demo that I'm currently working on. And one person dropped in by the username Mystery Dorks.
Yeah, that's a great name.
They're also a teenager, but they're working on this little animatic project that's much like my Warhammer idea. It's supposed to establish some of that background context kind of stuff, but for the Mystery Skulls music videos. And what they were plenty fascinated by the voice work that I was doing at the time, even if it was just a rough draft of a voice demo. They wanted me to send it to them. They listened to it with a couple of the others in the group, and they said, "All right, well, I actually want you in this little project of mine voicing a character. Cool. Who am I voicing? You're voicing Mr. Pepper."
I love the silence of that.
Yeah.
Pepper.
How
For
lonely
the
is
back-
how lonely are the hearts in the club where his band plays?
So it's a fan made project. It's just an animatic thing. It's not like everything moves to the beat of the music like the actual animated series does. It's basically just it's showing some of the interactions like between the videos, like before and after of like how some of these people know each other, what their interactions like, and what some specific events that happened before, after, or in between these videos. And the character I'm supposed to be voicing is the father, at least the adopted father, according to Mystery Ben, of the character who was killed in the first music video.
I believe his name is Lewis.
Yes, his name is Lewis. And he's the one that basically turns into the, I want to say he's the actual antagonist of the series, as far as we know.
Ghost. He's the ghost boy.
Yeah,
skeleton
and
ghost thing.
I'm basically voicing his father, who,
Ooh.
it's interesting to see
His dad.
because the mother and father, you'll see a picture of them and the whole like Pepper family, somewhere in one of the, I think it was the Freak Out video, and the mother is like this larger, or sorry, taller, dark skinned woman with like flame red, almost pink hair, but the father is shorter, and he's got like these pink sideburns and like a vanilla white, like cream colored, top of hair. It's kind of funny to look at. I'm actually dropping it into into our main channel for us to talk with each other. If somebody wants to try to share this, I'll even post it in the public server too. But
By the way,
I'm basically they're basically having me do like a more effeminate voice than what you're hearing right now.
That's gonna sound interesting.
Not that I'm against it. They brought up a couple other ideas. We're still like trying to figure. It's still like being planned out, and it's actively being worked on right now as compared to my Warhammer project. But
Oh, he bugged out.
He cut out.
Arc!
Oh no, Arc!
Arc!
Boomerman!
Oh no, guys.
that is the line that might come out.
Okay,
Information becomes available for me to share.
Whew. Okay, continue.
He lives.
He lives.
What happened?
You cut out, so we didn't hear like the last 5, maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah. So basically, until I have more solid info from the people working on it, especially the animator, Mystery Dorks, that's about all I can say. Is that it's being worked on right now. But once I get more, I'll let you guys know.
He'll let you guys know when he gets more. Yay!
Yee.
Yee.
But it is being worked on, and I hope you guys can actually get to see it soon.
That sounds super interesting and super cool.
Yep. Aside from that, I'm doing some research on, as Aiden said earlier, some little things about some particular individuals of history. What was it? Just like 3 weeks ago, we just did Gianni Versace.
Yes, we did. I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. We did a really fun stream about the kind of. It was more focused on Buchanan, right?
Sort of. We were more focused on the assassination of Versace himself and the events leading up to it,
as well as the person behind it.
Yeah, and part of the point of all of it was to like establish at least some of the let's call them red flags,
right?
Like behavioral wise of basically what led to that series of events happening.
Yeah,
I think you still have it on your Twitch channel, don't you?
Yeah, it's still on my Twitch channel. It should be still there, and I'll try and get that saved so that I don't pull a Jake.
Oh my god!
Shut up.
And that should be done. I hope it's still there. I don't think it was quite 2 weeks ago yet. But it was kind of a good first round for us. It was really fun to work on, and it was really fun to come up with a background for. And that's another thing that'll be cool too, is that for all of those streams that we do, there will be a really fun background. We try to make them as interactive as possible, so that's another really cool thing. That if you want to see more Arc, especially just in a conversation with me, pretty uncensored, pretty fun. you know, that's a really good place to come and see that that kind of side of things is, you know, and all of us will be having projects that kind of go that route in the future as well. So do be staying tuned for all the stuff. This stream is our platform. This is where we come together as a group and say, hi guys, let's have some chaos. But do keep in mind that we're all individual creators and we all are working together. This is like a big friend group. We'll all be working together on other projects where there will be different dynamics rather than just kind of, it's like, this is a main Twitter, but then there's the vent Twitter. And that's where things get fun. Except it's not a vent Twitter. It's like an anti-vent Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Alrighty. And Aiden's
then-
TED Talk being over.
Yeah, there is one.
Hey, I got a minute
one
left.
final thing. there is one final thing I'm working on, and it's actually in relation to the Mystery Skulls project. Listening to the third video in that series, Hellbent, I listened to it and I'm like, this is kind of an intense song. And me being a metalhead, I decided, I think I want to do a metal cover of this song.
Oh my lord.
Arc.
So that's something I am also actively working on. It's running into more of like a I don't want to say it's like artist block, but like creativity block basically, because I'm trying to figure out how I want to make the guitars. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to make the guitar sound, to make it like fit with, you know, how the song itself sounds. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. Not to mention, I also need to find someone who can cover like the female vocals of that. And I want to choose someone that's like just right for how the song is supposed to sound, especially as a metal cover. But it is being worked on. I'm also kind of talking with somebody who does like mixing and mastering and all that by recommendation of Kennedy Phillips, actually. The sound
Everybody,
designer of
everybody, we've got a subscriber, Animinga. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. My Greek side wanted to go Animinga, but Animinga. But thank you. Welcome to the Insanimators family. We are very happy to have you here.
Much
it's a pleasure.
thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm working on trying to get that like arranged right now. Who's going to be involved and how I'm going to be doing my part, the main vocals and the guitars. But once I have more updates on that, I want to have kind of like a demonstration or like a sizzle reel basically for this song. I'm hoping to get that by the end of this week. But I'm pretty sure it'll be no later than next week that I'll have something for you guys.
Heckums, yeah, my dude.
That's awesome, dude.
Heckums.
I'm actually kind of excited for this one too, so.
I still need to buy that Heckums shirt that we made during a game.
Good to hear, man.
When you buy me one too, I will pay you back.
I want the Greek motherfucker shirt to be given to Ada.
There are so many shirts we made in TKO.
My dad approves of that shirt.
Okay, it's for reference here. We have played a lot of Jackbox in the past, and one of our favorite games to play as a group, I'm just assuming here, is TKO.
You're not assuming incorrectly at all. We do, in fact.
We have made so many good shirts. Like Aiden and I have a mutual agreement that if we ever go conventioning, at least us two are going to be wearing one of the shirts from TKO.
Yeah, that is.
And whichever one he gets, I'm gonna be matching him, regardless. Which is why I'm hoping it's the Heckums shirt, because that's my favorite.
Lindsay.
But yeah, so
since
TKO aside.
Since the sketch requests have been coming in a little slow, I figured I would just try and draw a really fabulous arc, because why the hell not?
I mean, hey, episode dedicated to him, you know? Like, you know what? Maybe draw like one of those floaty crowns, you know? Show people why he has the king in ArcKing.
Exactly. We got a floating
Lord.
crown, dude. We got it. We're going for it.
So, going back to the questions, we have another one for Arc, because of course it's another one for Arc, it's his week. Fuck, I lost it already.
Damn it, Dana.
Great job, Dana.
I found it, don't worry, I found it.
Dana.
Okay, shut up! Anyways, question for Ark from Will Rambles. Is there any reference that you can make that nobody else in the server will get?
There are probably plenty. Who knows?
Ooh.
And if somebody gets the reference, you fail.
I know there's a couple of those that I've done before and nobody's gotten them. Wow, that's a tough one.
I need the fucking Jeopardy sound on my.
I feel like it's a question that he shouldn't answer because, like I said, if someone does get the reference, he fails.
Actually, now that I think about it, that's a really fucking easy request. Basically, all I can do is look to you, the rest of you guys, and basically say, all of you are furries, and you really should be on the Bakunin ship. Just stay out of the way of the Reverend Moros. All right, you don't want to fuck with them.
Yep, don't get the reference. So I guess
yeah.
that's what I
Otherwise,
said.
I don't know.
40K.
Yeah. Otherwise, the Bakunin is a place where you can find everything you want.
40K.
All right, I'm just gonna assume that's Warhammer 40K. Next question. Next question is a question for Ark again because I'm gonna stop saying that.
You
I have
should.
to
It's
stop.
kind of getting annoying. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to say it. I swear.
What's the matter, Aiden? Your ego getting hurt?
I'm getting a movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying it in that case if it's just because of Aiden's ego getting hurt.
Oh,
Stalling.
shit.
So thank you for reminding me of that. Ark.
I
Anyway.
admitted nothing.
Anyways, next question for Ark because
you didn't
again
need to.
it is his week.
He's a leak.
Oh dear God.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm not jealous.
back on track here.
Stop stalling.
So this question comes from Chair. Are you by any chance an anime fan? And if so, what are some of your favorites?
Code Geass, first and foremost. Code Geass is always my most favorite, but definitely second, at least second place, if not tied, Clanad. I know there's a massive difference between the two, but Code Geass is, action, all kinds of like, I don't want to say mystical shit going on, but Clanad is a little more like almost slice of life if it weren't for some of the like supernatural magical shit going on in that too. But otherwise it's just a cute show. And it's honestly it's probably the only show that if people who have seen it before consistently has the one scene that always gets me the closest to actually shedding a tear.
Ooh.
Ark actually shedding a tear? That's a first.
If people
That's an
have
achievement.
if people have seen the show, you know what scene I'm talking about.
No, I got nothing.
Nope,
All
because
right,
you haven't seen it.
Nope.
Okay.
That being said, with us at the just about at the 20-minute mark here, assuming we want to go for only 2 hours, which is what we go for.
There was one sketch request that doesn't have to be done here, but should be done later on down the line.
Oh,
Someone
Lord.
suggested it's like Eris holding a comically large fork, battling Ark with a comically large spoon,
Oh Lord.
and then Shifty coming in clutch with a comically large spork.
Oh Lord.
I'm just gonna draw
God.
Shifty with a normal size spork because Shifty's tiny.
Ah.
Either way, it should happen.
Either
It's
way,
happened
if
at
you can
some
accomplish
point.
it in like
If
15
Aiden doesn't
minutes.
make it at some point, then I am going to make it at some point. And
I
if
will
I don't
make it.
make it, then I'm gonna make Sneed make it.
It's gonna happen
Yes,
either way.
yes.
Like the
Alright.
audience.
Anyways,
Ark,
so
you're looking
I'm gonna
freaking
blow
fabulous,
through a
by the way.
few.
Damn
I'm gonna blow
straight.
through a few of because there are no more Arc directed questions. I'm
Well,
gonna blow
just
through
a few more because we still have a couple of things we got to announce
Oh yeah,
before
which
the
is
end of this.
what I was gonna say is I'm gonna blow through a few more of these questions before we get into the announcements for this stream. So first things first,
I'm a real
Nyan
ass.
Sprinkles goes ahead and asks, Can someone please explain why the fuck the art requests are so cursed? No, I can't.
We can't really answer that. Like people.
No. I can answer that actually.
Yeah, nobody can answer that.
No, I can. The reason that they're all so cursed is because it's sketch requests from the general audience to the art community. If you have ever seen sketch requests from the general audience to any artist in general, you know there's always something cursed in there. Especially if you're in the same community that we are, that being, the has-been / honeycast, community.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay, I'm just gonna, because I just looked at the sketch requests for the first time in a good while.
Oh, really?
I'm just gonna read off a few. We have Jake, but as Funtime Freddy, Funtime Ants with Shifty as Bonbon, Johnny Bravo as Shifty, Johnny Bravo Air is strong like Bill from Family Guy, Shifty refusing to eat a plate of peppers, the comic Lord Spoon one.
What the
This is great.
Yeah,
amazing.
Actually, the one I think that would be reasonable would be Shifty as Cream the Rabbit from Sonic.
Yeah, that one I can see.
That one might be funny.
Especially since I actually like Cream.
Yeah, you
We
do.
all like cream. We all like cream. We all like cream here.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I cannot think of Cream without thinking of the R34.
You feeling creamy?
Next subject!
Jinx,
Okay,
I just...
For reference, I recorded myself yelling next subject as a sound clip for some of our soundboards. So if you hear a very specific, if you hear a very distinct sounding next subject, that is
Actually,
it.
there's one question for Jake specifically.
Oh no.
Okay, and it's from Moth. Mother Jake, can I get cheddar? I crave cheddar.
Go back in the corner and suffer.
Alrighty,
Okay.
next up we have a question for Aiden specifically. But I'm gonna ask this to the entirety of the group because fuck Aiden.
I know y'all wish you could.
Alright, so the question is more of a request. Worst restaurant experience?
Well, I really don't
I
have an answer
heard
to that.
someone once call a gyro a gyro in a restaurant.
Yeah, but I'll give you a hint.
Here's the bad part. And then the waiter at this Greek restaurant said,
Oh, God.
"Okay, one gyro. Anything else?"
Oh God!
Oh
no!
That's all kinds of bad.
Damn, dude. Honestly,
I have never been closer to going full fucking Karen.
They actually mispronounced it as gyro.
And the waiter did too. The waiter did it too. That's what turns this from bad.
Do they know? Wow, that's wow.
Mine's probably just your standard, like, waiting forever story. You know, like it was like a not busy night, but they were insanely slow. So, that's probably the worst I've ever experienced.
Mine is somewhat recent. I went to a Blaze Pizza once with my mom and a couple of my brothers. Woman walks in with her kid, must have been like 4 or 5 years old.
Already, I know
Makes
this is gonna be
all kinds of fucking noise, and she does nothing. How close I was to just getting into her face and telling her, "You're a mother. Take some fucking responsibility like a mother."
No, you gotta be like fucking Brian from Family Guy when there's a baby crying. He's like, "Where? How do you like that? How do you like that?"
Close, but I would have been doing that to the parents instead.
Are you not hearing that, or are you just deaf?
I don't really.
Go ahead.
You birthday.
Okay. Shut up, Greek. Anyways,
You stated a fact, yes.
okay.
Pues en azúcar, flaca.
Oh,
I don't even know. I don't even know what that meant.
but it's probably insulting.
Can I go on with my question without so much filter, please? Thank you.
Malaca.
Anyways, I don't really. I don't really remember any bad restaurant experiences from the top of my head, so I got nothing.
I would have to ask.
All right, then.
Just she used to work at a barbecue joint as a waiter, but that was long ago. She got fired from a lot of jobs.
Oh no.
But I'm not gonna.
Alrighty, so one last thing before we move on to the announcements, because I just noticed Mystery Dorks is in our YouTube chat saying cream is a bean. Also, really quick thanks, Ark, for making me feel a bit more special on my birthday.
Yo, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Dorky.
Happy birthday, you dork! Woo!
Happy birthday, dorks!
It's your birthday.
Yay, happy birthday, you dork.
It ain't no mystery. He's a dork, and we
Gimme-
love him for it.
Give me.
Yeah.
It's actually a she.
She's a dork, and I'm now embarrassed.
They're a dork.
Sorry, I didn't make that clear, but just for a real
I
quick
think you
second.
specified earlier.
Happy birthday, dork.
That chica right there, that's a dork right there. I love it. Hell yeah. Happy birthday, you heckin' dork.
All right, so there is your happy birthday from the entirety of the cast.
Happy birthday.
Because happy
birthday.
birthday for obvious reasons.
Happy birthday to you.
Alright, so
And
that
yes,
being said,
that-
we have 10 minutes left. Do we want to get into the special announcements for this stream?
Yes.
Once I make clear, yes, that is the same dorky I was talking about earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Makes sense.
The
Yes,
dorkiest thing
I
I've ever
meant to
seen.
clarify that as well, because I assumed. Okay. So,
So,
which
our
one do we
announcements.
want to do first? Do we want
You guys go ahead. I need time to prep.
to... Okay, so Mason's announcement is going last. First things first, we will no longer be having an A and B stream. And to...
That is
And
something
to
we should all be
elaborate-
clapping for. That is something that.
Yes,
yeah.
that's something we should very much all be clapping
Hey.
for. No, and real quick, before we all jump to conclusions, no, we didn't just give the B cast the boot.
No.
No, it's
The big cast
we're still working out the kinks, but our system moving forward is we are going to be one cast, and we're just going to have rotating
Like
members
always.
each week. You know, it's so 1 week you might have me, Smeeb, Aiden, and Ark, for an example. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names here. You know, point is we aren't going to be separated anymore. So yay!
It's gonna be more. It's gonna be like a more diverse system.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot more inclusive as well. So like,
There's gonna be a host and a streamer there.
Yep.
Yay! It's gonna be all the
Awesome.
millennials, the Zoomers, and well, actually, the millennials and Zoomers are all just gonna be. Actually, it's already this stream. What the fuck?
This will also allow for. This is going to also allow for more freedom of. Sometimes we might have a smaller stream, so every once in a while you might end up with a stream that. Let's just say, for an example, it just ends up being me, Ark, and Parker. Let's say, you know, or just Ark, Dana, or like just like Smeeb, Parker, and Jake, or you know, like you might see some smaller streams from us in the future because this will open up the opportunity for sometimes if you know we have one of the cast members can't stream for one day for whatever reason, it doesn't lead to anything awkward. It's just, oh, there's only 3 guys in there today. That's cool. I'm still gonna watch because all the Insanimators are freaking awesome.
instead of just, you know, oh no, someone can't show up, so it's suddenly 4 members of the A cast instead of
Right. So, and that also brings up, oh, hey, can you step in for this? Or maybe we don't need anybody to step in
Yeah.
for this time, you know?
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be a lot
now.
better.
Yeah.
Now, of course, that also opens the opportunities for lying thumbnails, but
That's gonna be interesting.
yeah, yes, no, it's like a thumbnail shows Aiden, myself, Mason, and Jake, but instead of Jake, we have an Ark. Just throwing out names again as an example. Alrighty, so that being said, I believe that more or less wraps up that announcement. So so we're just the Insanimators now, not Insanimators A cast and Insanimators B cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That being said, Mason, would you like to get on to your announcement here?
All right. Like Sunmon, y'all, it's gonna be pretty heavy. Might want to take a seat on this one. So
Yeah.
lately, there have been things in my life that have been going on. I'm not going to explain them. I consider them to be more personal, but just the things that have been going on in the past few days for me, it's just been to the point where I had to really reconsider my position in the group, and for my own reasons, it was my own decision. I have decided that after this episode, I am officially resigning my position in the Insanimators. And I just want to make it clear right now, it is not in ill will. I'm not leaving because of this person or that person or because of this dispute or that dispute. I am leaving because I do see this group as helping me helping me achieve my career and or like help boost my career and helping me boost others. But I don't know. I feel cramped when I was in the whole thing. Maybe it's just because like of all organization, all the stuff that has to be put here, put there, and honestly, I just can't really. I just don't. It kind of helps me. It kind of restricts my freedom of creativity, or at least I believe it. So me leaving the group isn't necessarily something that I'm saying like "fuck you," I don't want to be in this group anymore. It's just it's just me saying I can't really do this,
Wasn't a fit.
And of course I've talked it over with the other members, and like what, hear from them.
Yeah, I mean, straight up, it's just he felt as though it was just there was some undue stress coming from it. If I'm remembering correctly, it was just it's one thing to have a platform to help spring a career, but when that platform starts to become such a primary focus in your career, it limits the amount of time you can spend on things that you think are more worthwhile, like starting your own projects and blah blah blah, and and I experienced some of the same ideas too. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, but and we wish him all the freaking best, and if he ever wants to come back and hang out for a little while, or maybe pop into a stream or so, we will be totally willing to let him, because this was a decision that he made on his own, and it's something that we're all going to support, because once an Insanimator, always an Insanimator, even if you're not with us in the streams anymore.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. It's always a friend.
It's not even more leaving the cast as it is just taking a step down from cast member to reoccurring guest.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I'm not completely leaving the group. I will still be there should the group ever need, I don't know, maybe an artist, or maybe they want someone to speak to in terms of projects. I'm gonna support them just as they have supported me, and I am more than willing to participate in any projects that the individual artists and animators have. All right, I will take any opportunity I can get from these guys.
So,
yeah, that's the long and short of it. After this episode, I'm pretty much no longer a cast member.
No.
Thankfully, I don't have to start crying.
So, one thing I think we need to make clear in light of this is that I've seen the question asked a couple of times, and I don't want anyone to think that this is an opportunity for them to jump on, onto the opportunity. But this does not mean that we're going to be looking or accepting more cast members for this, because we're already at more than we need, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's like,
Yeah.
in all honesty, the Insanimators themselves, it's not a matter of, one person leaves, there's a cast position open. No, it's more of a matter of we're a bunch of friends who decide to form this group and have a podcast.
yeah.
If you're, it's like,
It's not
like,
it's not to say it's like, we don't like seniority, but at the same time, it's people who were around each other at a certain time, and
yeah.
as things start to grow, we'll see where it goes. But it's almost kind of like with anything. The worst thing that you can do, if you do, for whatever fucking reason, decide that you want to be a part of this, which I already have some concerns for you if that's your mindset. But if for whatever reason you're very the worst thing you can do for your chances is come and start begging for a spot, because of the nature of this project. continue to be you, be a good person, talk to us when we're in the public stuff and stuff like that. If you're going to get into this little group of friends we have here, it's going to be because one of us asked you, not because you asked us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just want to make that clear to everybody, just so we can start avoiding that question before it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Just please don't start asking if there's going to be any filling in Mason's role, because quite honestly, that his position is his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're
not
not
about
gonna
numbers,
give
it's
that
about
away.
the people we have here.
Yeah, it's in
and-
simpler terms. If anyone new joins the Insanimators cast, it's because they're a friend of us, not because we're a friend of theirs.
Right.
Besides,
I mean,
if we,
more to it than that too, but
Of
Well, yeah,
course.
but that's just in simple terms.
yeah.
I mean, besides, like, if we were to like ever like have anybody, wouldn't that like be more of a business oriented decision, even though we're not a business, we're just a group of friends just
Sort
doing
of.
a thing.
It's a little more complicated than that,
Eh.
but regardless.
See, even Jake's confused as how this works.
Yeah, so yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah.
that's what's happening. Mason has made his decision that he wants to step away from this. We are fully behind him on it. Whatever he decides to do, we're here to make sure that he's happy, comfortable with his decisions, his position.
And he'll still be in the public server if y'all want to just talk to him, as friends.
Yeah, he's
And
definitely
he might-
sticking around.
Yeah,
And he might.
Go on.
I was just gonna say, and you never know, he might potentially be a guest on our stream sometime. So
That's
who knows?
literally what I said earlier.
Oh, you did?
There's no doubt about it, honestly.
I do.
But
Yeah.
I literally said he was going from main cast member to reoccurring guest. Jake.
but
Oh my god.
But
But
that
anyway,
is
so
that-
like
yeah.
this will give me an opportunity to help work on projects which I'm working on at the moment. So keep an eye out for that. I'm actually working on making like a parting gift so that these guys feel so it feels like I'm not leaving these guys with nothing, I want to send them like a goodbye present for now. And of course it's gonna take a while, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of different request, because I don't want to spoil too much, but it's basically me hugging their characters goodbye.
That's literally spoiling all of it.
But I didn't say how. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Dana.
That's not how it
Spoilers.
works.
It's gonna be in
All right,
different ways.
who wants to wrap this up?
All right.
I think you have to do the honors this time, Mason.
All right, so on behalf of the Insanimators and myself, formally, I want to thank you guys so goddamn much for all the support that you've given to the Insanimators, be it following us, subscribing to us, boosting our servers, or just watching our streams. All right?
Just
Like,
being around.
You guys are a bunch of weirdos, but we love you for it.
Yeah, because without you weirdos, we wouldn't be anything.
Yeah, we literally would not have this. What Aiden's doing right now.
Essentially.
Like I said, and even though I'm not going to be an official member of the group, I'm still going to support them 100%. You guys should do the same. So once again, thank you guys so much.
And we
For all
will
the
see
support that
you
you
around,
give us.
Mason. We will see you
Yes.
around.
Yeah, you definitely fucking will.
yeah.
You guys will
Oh,
definitely keep
We will
seeing.
see you
Oh, my
in the
boy's
next
growing
thing you're
older.
guessing.
Oh, my boy Mason's growing up.
They grow up
But
so
I'm-
fast.
No, here's what's gonna happen, because we're still gonna be doing these ego stroking weeks for various cast members who want it. Mason, we will see you in my week.
Yeah, you will. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week with who? We don't know. We're still trying to figure that out.
Don't
Other
expect
than
too much
that,
from us.
see you guys.
Mhm.
Good night.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Like,
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good week.